All right, today we're going to be doing system applications. What we're doing here is these are word problems, so we're going to be setting up multiple equations with our word problems, and then we're going to be solving it with either substitution or elimination, whichever way you prefer to solve systems. So here's our first example. I recommend pausing this video and writing this all down real quick. It says the length of a rectangle is 3 less than 4 times the width. The sum of the length and the width is 12 more than twice the width. Find the area of the rectangle. So there's a lot going on here, so you kind of have to dissect what it's looking at. So the first thing it's looking at is we have length, all right, and we have width. So those are going to be our two variables. Length for L for length, and then W for width. So I do want you to clarify what variables you're using. You don't have to use L and W. You could use X and Y. Just always make sure you're clarifying what it is. All right, the first sentence says the length of a rectangle is 3 less than 4 times the width. So I need to make that into an equation. It says the length is, so L is, which is an equal, 3 less than 4 times the width. So 4W, and it says 3 less, which is subtraction, minus 3. Okay, so here's our first equation. All right, the second equation says the sum of the length and the width. All right, sum is when you add them, so length plus width is 12 more than twice the width. So 2W, 12 more is plus 12. All right, so there are my two equations. We're good to go. Now, once we have those, we need to figure out if we're going to use substitution or elimination. I would probably use substitution just because our first equation there actually already knows what L is, so we can just plop that in there or substitute it in. So I know this L here, L actually equals 4W minus 3. Plus W equals 2W plus 12. I'm going to combine some like terms here. Got 5W minus 3 equals 2W plus 12. I'm going to subtract that 2W over and add that 3 over. Divide by 3. Okay, and I have that the width is 5. Once I know that, I'm going to plug it in to find the length. So I'm going to plug into this first equation here. So length equals 4 times W, which we just found was 5, minus 3. Length equals 20 minus 3, which is 17. Okay, so once you find your variables, we're not done yet. If you read the problem here, it says find the area of the rectangle. The area formula of a rectangle is area equals length times width, or base times height. So the area would be 17 times 5, which is actually 85 units squared. So that would be my final solution there. All right, you could also do eliminations, whichever one you prefer. I just think that substitution is a little bit easier in that problem. All right, we're going to do one more example here. So go ahead and pause the video and write this all down. This one says, during 1 year, a Delaware County sheriff issued a total of 375 citations for warnings and speeding tickets. The number of speeding tickets was 9 less than 3 times the number of warnings. What is the probability of getting just a warning? So we have to figure out first how many warnings and speeding tickets we gave out. So first I'm going to clarify what my units are going to be. I'm going to use W for warnings and S for speeding tickets. The first thing tells us that he issued a total of 375 citations for both warnings and speeding tickets. So I would say warnings plus speeding tickets equals 375. It says the number of speeding tickets was 9 less than 3 times the warnings. So speeding tickets was 9 less than 3 times the warning. So 3W. 9 less would be -9, or subtract 9. All right, we have our two equations there. I think I'm probably going to do substitution. I'm probably going to plug in this 3W minus 9 into this S value right there. So I'd have W plus 3W minus 9 equals 375. 4W minus 9 equals 375. I'm going to add 9 to both sides. 4W equals 384. Divide by 4. W equals 96. Okay, so he gave out 96 warnings. I'm going to plug that back into that first equation, so I have 96 plus S equals 375. So that means speeding tickets were 279. All right, but we're not done yet, because the question is asking us, what is the probability of getting just a warning? So probability is the thing that you're looking for over the total. So we're looking for warnings. So he gave out 96 warnings. So probability equals, you've got 96 over the total amount of citations. The total amount of citations were 375. So our probability would be 25.6%.